Welcome everyone to today's deep dive. We're really excited to have you joining us today.
Absolutely. It is great to be here.
If you are listening to this right now, you are probably someone who is actively learning English. You are looking to improve. And, our goal today is to help you take the language out of your textbooks and bring it into the real world.
Right. The real everyday world.
Exactly. Because of that, we are going to keep our pace very measured today. We are not going to speak too fast. We will speak clearly, and we will use easy, accessible English words.
We want to make sure you can really hear the pronunciation and understand the context.
Yes, that is the mission for this deep dive. Today, we are exploring a specific script from the Minds in Motion series. We are looking at part 3 of their series called Student Life.
It is a fantastic piece of source material.
It really is. We are going to extract the most important English vocabulary from it. We'll look at the cultural nuggets about university social life, how students manage their daily routines, and, how they organize their schedules.
And to give you a brief overview of the source text, just to set the stage in the previous parts of this series, we saw the more stressful side of university life.
Oh, definitely. Very stressful.
We followed a character named Alex, who had a very rushed, chaotic morning after a late night. And we also saw Mia, who was studying incredibly hard in a completely quiet library.
Right. But now, in part 3, the hard academic work is finally done.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Now it is time to look at how students balance working hard with having fun. The source script calls this downtime.
Downtime. 2 words, down and time. It is a vital concept.
So why should you, the listener, care about this? Why are we dedicating a whole deep dive to this?
Well, learning formal textbook English is only half of your language journey.
That is so true.
If you want to truly understand English, you have to know how people speak casually. You need to know the words they use when they are tired, when they are hungry, and when they are just ready to relax.
Because that is the English you are going to use every single day. Exactly. So let's jump right in. Let's look at section 1 from our outline. We are setting the scene. We are looking at the sensory experience of downtime.
The environment where a conversation happens changes the language completely. The source text does a brilliant job of showing this.
It really does. So the setting is a university cafeteria.
And we get this amazing soundscape. The script gives us the specific sounds of the room. It is the exact opposite of the silent library Mia was in earlier.
Yes, let's break down the specific sensory details from the text. What do we hear?
Well, first we hear the clatter of plastic trays.
The clatter.
Yes, clatter. It's a great descriptive word. It means a loud, rattling noise like hard plastic hitting a table.
And along with the clatter, we hear many people talking at once. It is a very crowded sound. Dozens of conversations overlapping.
Right. And cutting through all of that, there's distant laughter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the ringing of a microwave.
That microwave ding, I love that detail.
It is so specific.
It is. And these details matter so much for an English learner. They paint a picture of a loud, busy environment. When the environment is loud and informal, your English naturally becomes more casual.
Absolutely. You don't use highly formal academic sentences when there's a microwave ringing in the background?
No, you don't. You talk about what is right in front of you. Which brings us to the cafeteria food experience.
Yes, Mia's lunch.
In the script, Mia is sitting down and eating a bowl of tomato pasta.
Tomato pasta. A classic, easy university meal.
And she makes a very natural comment about it. She tells Alex that the pasta is, and I quote, actually pretty good today.
Actually pretty good today.
Yes. And she explains that usually the cafeteria food is a bit boring.
This is such a perfect example of natural, everyday English conversation.
Why is that? Why is it such a good example?
Because commenting on your immediate surroundings like the food you are eating is the absolute best way to start a casual chat.
Right. It is safe. It is easy.
Exactly. You don't start a conversation in a cafeteria by talking about complex politics or difficult science. You start by saying, wow, this tomato pasta is actually pretty good.
It breaks the ice. And the word actually is doing a lot of work there.
It is. By using, actually, Mia is showing surprise. She expected it to be boring, but surprise, it is good.
It is a great little conversational tool. But moving on to section 2, Alex isn't just eating his food casually, he is eating very quickly.
He is, and the script gives us a very specific, very emotional word for why he is eating so fast.
Yes. He says he is starving.
Starving. Let's really break this word down for the listener.
Please do, because it is a strong word.
It is. In a medical book, to starve means you are suffering from a complete lack of food. It is serious. But in casual English conversation, we use it as an exaggeration.
A huge exaggeration.
Right. It just means you are very, very hungry. Native speakers use extreme words all the time to make their stories sound more interesting.
And Alex's physical context in the text explains why he feels this way.
It definitely does. The script tells us that he hasn't eaten real food all day. He only had a coffee that he grabbed at 11:00 a.m.
Just a coffee at 11 a.m. No wonder he is so hungry.
And it gets worse. He mentions that his stomach was making noises during his whole lecture.
Oh, that is the worst feeling.
It is. Sitting in a quiet lecture hall and your stomach is loudly rumbling.
So for you listening, here's a great tip. Instead of always saying, I am very hungry, try using the phrase, I'm starving.
I'm starving.
It will make you sound so much more natural and comfortable with the language.
It adds emotion. But hunger isn't the only thing Alex is feeling.
No, it isn't. When Mia asks him if he wants to make plans for later, he uses another fantastic phrase. He says he is totally beat.
Totally beat. This is an idiom you need to know.
Let's unpack it. What does totally beat mean in this context?
Well, as the source text explains, to be totally beat simply means to be very tired.
Very tired, exhausted.
Yes. If you think about the literal word beat, you might think of hitting a drum. But here, it is a metaphor. It means the day has taken all your energy. You have no energy left.
And if we look at Alex's specific situation, it makes perfect sense. He had a late night, he had a rushed morning, he is tired of studying.
And very specifically, the text mentions he is tired of sitting on hard wooden chairs.
Hard wooden chairs, that is such a relatable detail. Classrooms are not known for being comfortable.
No, they are not. So his body is tired, his mind is tired. He is totally beat. He needs to relax and just see his friends.
Which perfectly leads us into section 3 of our outline, the art and importance of hanging out.
This might be the most crucial vocabulary lesson of the entire deep dive.
I agree. Mia asks Alex the central question of the text. She says, do you want to hang out later?
Hang out. 2 words. Hang out. The source material notes that this is perhaps the most important social phrase for English beginners to learn.
So let's define it deeply for the listener. What does it actually mean to hang out?
It means spending time with someone in a relaxed way.
Relaxed is the key word there.
Exactly. There's no formal pressure. If you ask someone to hang out, you are not asking them to a formal dinner.
Yeah.
You are not scheduling a meeting. There is no specific activity required.
You are simply being with someone. You are sharing space.
The source text gives us some great examples of where people do this.
Yes, let's list those. Where do people hang out?
You can hang out at the mall.
Right.
You can hang out at a friend's house. You can hang out at the park.
Or, as the text mentions, in small coffee shops.
But there is a specific detail about the coffee shops in the text.
Oh, right. Small coffee shops where the music isn't too loud.
That volume detail is so important. If the music is too loud, you have to yell. Yelling is work. It takes energy.
And hanging out is about not doing work.
Right. It is about psychology. The text explores this concept perfectly. Hanging out is a way to decompress.
Decompress. That is a fantastic word.
It means releasing pressure. After a long, hard day of lectures and studying, you build up mental pressure. Hanging out lets that pressure out slowly.
So Mia asks Alex to decompress with her. She asks him to hang out. And this brings us to section 4, the geography of relaxation.
Where exactly are they going to go to decompress?
Mia has a plan. She tells Alex she is meeting friends from the photography club.
The photography club?
Yes. And they are meeting at the student lounge at 40.
The student lounge. We need to dissect this concept because it is very different from the rest of the university.
It is the complete opposite of the library or the classroom.
Exactly. In the student lounge, there are no hard wooden chairs. There are no desks.
The text highlights some very specific comforts that you find in a lounge. Let's go through them.
Well, first, there are sofas. Soft, comfortable sofas.
And Mia mentions something very exciting. New beanbag chairs.
Beanbag chairs. For those listening who might not know, a beanbag chair is a large, soft bag filled with little foam beads. It is incredibly comfortable. You just sink right into it.
You definitely cannot sit up straight in a beanbag chair. You have to relax.
The text also mentions a TV, a pool table, and music playing.
It sounds wonderful. The source actually uses a beautiful metaphor for this space. It calls the student lounge the heart of the social scene.
And it also calls it the living room of the university.
The living room. I love that. In your house, the living room is where you go to sit on the sofa and relax with your family.
On campus, the lounge is where you relax and meet people from completely different classes.
So what are Mia and her friends from the photography club going to do in this living room?
The text says they plan to just relax, listen to music, and maybe play some cards.
Maybe play some cards. I want to highlight the word maybe.
It is an important word there.
It is, because it shows there is no strict plan. If they play cards, great. If they don't play cards, that is fine too.
That is the perfect practical example of hanging out. The activity doesn't matter. The relaxation matters.
Okay, so Alex is invited. He wants to go. But before he says yes, we move into section 5 of our outline, organizing time.
Yes. Before Alex agrees, he has to do something physical. The text describes his action.
He taps on his phone screen to check his time.
Right. He needs to see if he is free. And when he does this, the source introduces a major vocabulary lesson for us.
It is a big one. It is the difference between two words: timetable and schedule.
Timetable and schedule. Both words mean the exact same thing.
They both mean a list of your classes, your meetings, and the times they happen.
But the text breaks down a very interesting regional difference in how these words are used by English speakers.
Let's explain that to the listener.
Sure. If you are in the UK, the United Kingdom, or if you are in Australia, people almost always say timetable.
Timetable. It is very literal. A table of your time.
Yes. But if you are in the US, the United States, or in Canada, people almost always say schedule.
Schedule.
Right. They rarely use the word timetable in everyday conversation in North America.
So as an English learner, you should know both. You will hear both depending on who you are talking to.
Now, when we talk about these schedules or timetables, we use specific adjectives. The text points out how we describe them.
Yes, the words heavy and light.
Let's unpack this metaphor.
When someone says they have a heavy day, what does that mean?
Heavy means you have many classes. You have a lot of work. The day feels like a heavy weight on your shoulders.
It makes you feel totally beat.
Exactly. But a light day is the opposite. Light means you have lots of free time. You only have maybe one or two things to do.
So let's connect this to Alex's specific situation in the script. He looks at his phone. What does he see?
Well, he sees that he has a tutor meeting tomorrow morning.
A tutor meeting. That is important. He needs to get enough sleep tonight for that.
But he looks at his afternoon today, and he sees that it is light.
His afternoon is late.
Yes, he is lucky. Because it is light, he actually has the time to say yes to Mia. He is able to hang out.
So the digital phone helped him manage his time. But then something interesting happens in section 6.
The analog notice board.
Yes.
Yeah.
The analog notice board in a digital world.
Alex has a sudden realization. He tells Mia he needs to check the notice board near the entrance.
The physical notice board. Let's analyze this detail because it is really fascinating.
It is. We live in a highly digital world. We have apps, we have smartphones, we have Instagram.
But universities still rely heavily on physical notice boards.
A physical board on a wall with real paper pinned to it.
What exactly is found on these boards, according to the text? Let's list the details.
The text says you will find people selling old textbooks.
Old textbooks, they are expensive, so students sell them to each other.
You will also find advertisements for student parties.
And very importantly, you will find posters for clubs.
Right. And it is a poster that caught Alex's eye.
What kind of poster was it?
It was a poster for a summer hiking trip.
A summer hiking trip. Walking in nature. That is a great hobby.
And the expert commentary in the source text expands on this perfectly. The notice board is an essential tool for social life.
It really is.
The text states that the notice board is the place to go if you want to find a hobby.
Let's talk about the examples they give for hobbies.
Sure. You might look at the board and decide you want to learn to dance.
Like a dance club.
Or maybe you want to learn a new language. You could find a poster for a language exchange group.
Or, like Alex, you join a hiking club. The point is, you step away from your digital phone and you interact with your physical community.
It is a great balance.
Okay, we have covered so much great vocabulary. Now, we are moving into section 7 of our outline, putting it into practice.
This is a really vital section for you, the listener.
Yes, it is. Because learning about these words is good, but practicing them builds a foundation for daily life.
We are going to guide you through an interactive review.
We have 4 key practice sentences from the source text, and we are going to take our time here.
We will spend significant time on this. We want to repeat the phrases slowly so you can really hear the pronunciation and the rhythm.
Right. If you are somewhere where you can speak out loud, I encourage you to repeat these sentences after us. Let's look at sentence 1.
Sentence 1 is, I want to hang out with my friends after class.
Let's say it a bit slower. Listen to the rhythm. I want to hang out with my friends after class.
Notice how the words hang and out connect. Hang out. I want to hang out with my friends after class.
It flows very smoothly. Let's move to sentence 2.
Sentence 2 is, the student lounge is very crowded today.
Let's slow that down. The student lounge is very crowded today.
The word crowded means full of people. Listen to the vowels. Crowded. The student lounge is very crowded today.
Perfect. Now for sentence 3. This one uses our time management vocabulary.
Sentence 3 is, my timetable is very busy this semester.
Slower this time. My timetable is very busy this semester.
Remember the regional difference. If you are in the US or Canada, you would say, my schedule is very busy this semester.
Both are great. Now the final one, sentence 4.
Sentence 4 is, I saw a cool poster on the notice board.
Let's break that down. I saw a cool poster on the notice board.
Notice board. I saw a cool poster on the notice board.
Excellent. Reviewing these sentences slowly is so important.
It is. Which brings up the final piece of advice from the source text. It is about the mindset of a language learner.
The text uses a very famous idiom here. It says, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
A marathon, not a sprint. Let's break this idiom down into simple English for you.
A sprint is a short, fast race. You run as fast as you can for just a few seconds.
But a marathon is a very, very long race. It takes hours.
So what does this mean for learning English?
It means you shouldn't rush. You cannot learn everything in one day. You need patience. You need endurance.
You take it step by step. And as the source text reiterates, learning these daily life words is the absolute foundation of good English.
The words from Alex and Mia's routine. Words like starving, hanging out, and totally beat.
These form the base. Whether you are a student, a teacher, or a professional, you need this casual vocabulary to connect with people.
You really do.
Well, we have reached the outro of our deep dive. Let's quickly summarize the journey we took today.
It was quite a journey.
We started by exploring a busy, loud cafeteria with clattering trays.
We learned how to understand the extreme feelings of being starving and totally beat.
We talked about the vital social need to hang out and decompress.
We looked at the comfortable student lounge with its beanbag chairs and pool table.
We checked our schedules and timetables to see if our days were heavy or light.
And we found new hobbies on the physical notice board near the entrance.
That is a lot of great material. But before we go, my co-host is going to leave you with a final, provocative thought to ponder.
Yes. Based on the material we covered today, I want you to think about something. We saw how Alex used his digital phone to check his schedule, right? It was fast and efficient.
Yes, very modern.
But then he still walked over to a physical notice board to find a real-world hiking trip. He engaged with the physical world. So as you continue to learn English and as you build your own daily routines, think about how you balance your life.
That is a great question.
How much of your hanging out in your hobby hunting happens by looking at a screen? And how much of it requires you to actually step into a real lounge and look at a physical board?
Finding that balance is so important. That is a wonderful thought to leave with our listeners.
I think so too.
Well, thank you all for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, learning English is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it step by step. Keep practicing those sentences and keep smiling. Farewell, everyone.
Goodbye, and keep up the great work.